Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sunaina. I'm back once again in here. Um, these are my cards that I have on my table for the sign of Aries, the fire sign for in the cosmic world for the month of for the month of January 2019. Okay. And as far as Aries are concerned, please note that they are the activist par excellence of the zodiac. Okay, the Aries, their need for action is almost like an addiction for them. Okay, they are always in action, they like to be in action. They don't believe in words, communications, negotiations so much as they believe in the right action for themselves, which will benefit not only them but will also benefit their community, friends, their partner, and their family life, their career as well. So, in reality, action is the essence of the Aries and their psychology, okay? And this is because by nature, they are very direct, they are very blunt, and to the point in their action as well. They don't like to beat around the bush, they don't like to talk about things behind creating kind of a situation that is not going to agree with them from their psychological level. Rather, they would attack the situation to the point by being directly blunt about it and with their action, not through with their words so much. Okay. Their psychological makeup is more like that of an warrior. They are more like the warrior, okay? They are the pioneer, they are the athlete, and they are the manager as well at the same time. Everything in all these categories, everything that a person needs is more of action rather than communication. That's because Aries, they like to get things done. And in their passion and zeal, the only problem with them is that when they are getting their things done, they are so active, they are so passionate about their actions that they often forget and they lose sight of the consequences that could affect them or the others because they are so focused and direct in their action that most of the time they forget to look on the other side of their environment or themselves or in their life, which could be affecting somebody else, or somebody else may not be agreeing with the kind of action that they are taking. Okay. But again, at the same time, sometimes the Aries, they try to be diplomatic and tactful as well. Okay, that's their uh, that's what they try, not that they can sufficiently do that well. Because when they try to adopt that energy of being tactful and diplomatic, what happens to them is they have to discontinue that action because they feel guilty. Okay, because they know that it's not them who is doing it, rather they are kind of enacting that kind of action or a scene in front of others. Okay, so it's kind of a phony situation for the Aries. They don't like that, and that's why very rarely, only if need be, they go into those kind of tactical methods to control situation or to take a control of their own actions as well. Okay. Now, the interesting part of the Aries' personality is that even though they are direct, they are very straightforward, blunt with whatever actions they take in their life, they are neither spiteful nor are they malicious. Okay, because to them or for them, when they wage a war, it's more of an adventure and a game. They're not doing that out of some malice or out of a plan B, secret kind of a plan B where they want to attack somebody, or do harm to anybody else. So, in their basic core of their heart, they are not spiteful nor are they malicious. So, whatever actions direct to the point, blunt, whatever they do, it's only because that's the way they are. So, if you understand an Aries, you will understand their personality as well as to why they say things which sometimes could come to you as often being rude or being very blunt, that they don't like to cover up because that's the way they are. And if they do try to cover those kind of things or situations, it doesn't work for them. So that is something that they discontinue as quickly as they might want to jump into that. So basically, keep in mind that's what the Aries are. Okay, something must be done within code. That's their analyzing part of their brain. Okay, they don't want to wait over that. They don't want to dilly dally over their situations. If there is a problem, they want to go into that problem directly and control that problem or take control of the situation by their direct action, not by talking, not by negotiating, not by debating about some particular situation or something that they need to resolve in their life. So that's the Aries again in a nutshell for you. As for the month of January, it's going to be a wild and challenging month for you, Aries. Okay, so take that into account. You will never have a dull moment, but nonetheless, this month is also a successful month. Okay, you're working hard because your career has taken off. It's at the peak of your career has started off already. Okay, and that's the reason your career, your 10th house of career, is very powerful for the month of January. With half the planets, or nearly, I would say, yeah, with half the planets either into it, either into situated into the 10th house or they're moving around it. Okay, so it's like that you have the support of the universe as far as your career is concerned in the month of January. This is good news definitely for you. Okay, now the first eclipse of the month, the solar eclipse on the 5th and the 6th, will occur in your career house. Okay, which is why you won't be bothered about your family situation, about anything else right now, because your intention, your point of concentration, your focus is on your career for the month of January. Okay, and there are demands of that career which is quite powerful for you at this point in time. So you will have to concentrate whether you like it or not, but you do need your focus and concentration on your career aspect for this month. Now, this solar eclipse can also bring about a lot of career changes for different people in Aries. Okay, and some people might actually end up changing their career as well for this month of January. Okay, because it's definitely calling out for some kind of restructuring as far as your career is concerned. Okay, now this change that might occur in your house of career may not be very comfortable for you, but again, on the hindsight, if you look back later at a later date, you will see that whatever changes that you have made as far as your career is concerned in the month of January, or new opportunities that might have come up in your life in the month of January have been beneficial for you. That's because your 10th house, as I said, and I'm repeating myself, the planets are very much in alignment with your career at this point in time in January. They're either into it or they're just moving around that particular zone for your career. So, whatever changes you're making, trust those changes in your heart. Know that they are for your betterment. And if you don't feel that better or comfortable feeling right now, hindsight, you will definitely get that feeling to know that it's all these changes have happened to you for a reason and for a good reason for you. Okay. Now, the solar eclipse will definitely, or will in some cases, will affect your children and children figures in your life if you are married and you have kids. And this one will also be the same kind of a solar eclipse that will definitely impact the lives of your children and children figures. So, therefore, for you, it will be a good idea to reduce your schedule until the 20th when the lunar eclipse surfaces. Okay, so from now until the 20th, please reduce your workload if you can. Do only as much as you want to do, because again, you guys are activists, you all believe in action, so you all definitely don't want to keep things undercover or in your back burner. You want to take those, get rid of it as quickly as possible. But again, you have to balance yourself during this period till the lunar eclipse happens, so take care of that. And for the lunar eclipse, which happens on the 21st, that will also have an impact on your children as well, again, because it will occur in your fifth house for the Aries. Okay, but keep that in mind and advise your kids, if you have them, to take it easy during that period too, like the previous eclipses as well. So these two eclipses for the children, definitely keep a watch on their situation and guide them according to the best of your ability during this period. Okay. Uh, every lunar eclipse kind of has an impact on your home and family life. So this would be no exception for you. During the period of the lunar eclipse towards the third week of January. And there could be some crisis at home, could be some repair work that needs to be taken care of. There could be some personal drama with a family member because of the impact in your fifth house during the lunar eclipse. But these are little bit of hurdles and obstacles that will come in your way. Nothing major for you to worry about in the month of January. Okay. And this lunar eclipse will reveal the areas of flaws in your life. And the universe is kind of giving you the time and the permission to make those corrections in those areas that is going forward will definitely prove to be beneficial for you as well. Okay. Now, the dream life that you have, the dreams that you have, that will tend to be hyperactive also during the lunar eclipse period. But don't pay too much of attention to your dreams at that point, because your emotional plane of the whole planet, the planet that controls your emotional self, that's kind of rolled up and a little bit disturbed. Okay. So therefore, the dreams are going to act out more like a psychic waste product, something that is there, but you don't want to pay attention and heed to those psychic or psychological problems at this point in time in the month of January 2019. Okay. So keep that in mind. Or rather, what you should do is to get them out of your system as quickly as possible when it happens and go on with your life. So don't get disturbed. Don't feel restless about those kind of dreams that might come in during the lunar eclipse period for you. Nothing to worry about, but just flush them out of your system ASAP and move on with your life. Okay, but definitely have your patience with your family members at this point in time during the lunar eclipse, because it's very important to keep your patience, because emotions are definitely going to be running high for a lot of people in your surrounding and in your environment as well. Okay. Now, the other headline for the Aries in the month of January 2019 is your health. Okay. It definitely needs more attention until the lunar eclipse of the 20th. Okay. So make sure again to get adequate rest, nourish and nurture yourself, your body, your mind, okay, your spirit. Keep your emotions in check and keep your focus only on the essential part of your life, while as ignoring or neglecting the trivialities, the things that don't really you think are trivial and they don't really have much importance, not at least not during the month of January. Okay. So do that and nourish yourself in the most rightful way that you can, Aries, for the month of January 2019, because You definitely have just started the year 2019 and you still have a long way to go from here until the end of the year. Okay. So keep those helpful tips in mind so that you know what you should do when certain things happen in your life during this period. But keep the helpful tips uh, in yourself and use them as and when you need to use them. Okay. Now, in your higher self for the month of January 2019, guys, you definitely have this card in here, which is talking about deception and envy, which means that your higher self in your mind, you're not completely at ease at this point in time, okay? Because you do have a lot of thought process that's crossing your mind. You are kind of worried and tensed about certain situations. Could be your career, could be your personal life, could be your romantic life at this point in time in the month of January 2019, which is where there is also a kind of a trust issue that you are having to deal with, okay? Because you know at the bottom of your heart and in your higher soul that you are not being able to take a hold of your complete trust on something or somebody on at this point in time, okay? Because you know there are people in your circle who kind of envies you, you know, and you don't like that energy because you are not a spiteful person, you're not a person with malice, okay? So those kind of energies, if you feel the pinch of those energies, will definitely create a unrest situation in your higher self that's not going to put your mind at ease for this month in January 2019. But at the same time, what you're doing is you're definitely concentrating upon your career, your financial aspect. You're trying to bring back that nourishment of your financial abundance in your life. It's being like the the Nine of Pentacles in your higher self, where you definitely want that fulfillment and the abundance of your material prosperity. And you're definitely working for that in your higher self, where you can put your financial chart for the year in the right place, even going forward with the right kind of investment, with the right kind of financial earnings, you know, that you will need to properly address during this period, which is there in your higher self, consciously and subconsciously, where at the same time you are also keeping your focus balanced, your intentions firm, okay? Because you definitely need the firm foundation in yourself to deal with this kind of deception and envy, to bring back the material harvest and the prosperity in your life. You definitely have to be a strong person, which you guys are. You know, you're just enhancing that strength in your higher self to keep yourself in the right and the fit condition that you need to, because you do have, like I said, definitely a lot of work to do in the going forward months, okay? So that's your higher self. In your current self, guys, at this point in time, you definitely want to rest, but you're not being able to completely rest at this point in time, okay? There are certain situations, it could be again professionally, personally, romantically, whatever applies to you, that's not letting you completely go into a restful mode. It's keeping you a little bit intense and worry, but at the same time you're learning to forgive and forget things that's not going to work for you, or it's not going, or it has not worked for you in the past, okay? Things that has been controlling your life or giving you the psychic waste product kind of situations which you want to throw out from your life. And basically what you guys are doing in the current self is you are kind of putting any kind of conflict in the back burner in the month of January 2019, because your focus and your intentions are very clear in the higher self, where you are building your foundation definitely. At the same time, you want the prosperity to come back into your life. So that's where your more intentions and more focus are going towards, whereas you are avoiding any kind of conflict, any kind of a bad situation that has no longer any place in your life, at least in the month of January. You're forgiving and forgetting those situations and walking and trying to walk away from them. Okay, that's in your current self in the month of January. Sorry. Now, the theme of the month is you're waiting. Okay, you're definitely you have the patience, even though you guys are very action oriented. You like to get things done at the click of your fingers, but the theme of the month in January is that you guys are going to wait. Okay, you definitely are in a stalemate position. You're waiting and observing, but you do not want to move before your time comes, really, towards bringing back the prosperity. You're working towards it slowly, but you are not rushing forward because you definitely want this prosperity back in your life. The abundance for which you guys are manifesting the material harvest, the Nine of Pentacles in your higher self, to bring back the Ten of Cups in your life, the joy, the fulfillment, which is what your guys are waiting for in the month of January. And by being truthful, honest, and clear about situations, about actions, about words that you definitely have to speak out, voice out, or do in order to bring that beautiful energy back into your self. But you guys are not going to be rushing forward. There is no action towards that. That's what you're going against your personality as the theme of the month. But internally, you guys are doing your work to bring back the beautiful energy of the Ten of Cups in your life in the month of January 2019 by being truthful, honest, clear about situations, giving the right judgment calls in situations where you definitely have to step in and give that call. Okay, that's the theme of the month. Now, the key goal of the month for the month of January 2019 for the Aries is a beautiful card. That's your goal, to work your magic through many situations. It could be, again, professionally, personally, romantically. You definitely will need to work your magic. You definitely have to turn and twist situations according to the way you think will manifest the right result for you, balancing out different situations in different aspects of your life. You definitely have to have the magic in your life to manifest, to give you back, because at the same time you are leaving things and ignoring things that's not working for you. So your concentration, your focus, like I said while I was doing your reading from the chart, your concentration, your focus is on things that's going to yield you result, and that's what your firm foundation in the higher self is talking about. Okay, you don't want to get into situations or into circumstances, deal with situations that's not really giving you the happy result at the end of the day that you want to leave. Like in the higher self, you're leaving. Okay, so as also in the goal of the month, you're leaving things that's not working to focus upon certain situations that's going to yield you your material harvest and prosperity in the right way. So that's your key goal of the month. Okay, now as an obstacle, guys, I've got the Nine of Wand energy here, which is what you are holding up right now as an obstacle. Okay, so you're still holding on to the last wand. Okay, because you have fought through many battles, you have gone through major ups and downs in your life, uh, in the recent times, or in the past times. So even at this point in time in January, you're kind of in a defense mechanism because you know that it's not the time for you to collapse. And that's why in your higher self, you're also building the firm foundation to defend yourself, to nourish yourself, to build yourself in the right way that will gain back all kind of goodness in your life. And you're also defending your trust issue in the higher self if you have one. Okay, You're trying to ignore that. You're trying to cut it through. You know it's there, you know it because you are the person. You can feel the vibes. So you know these things are existing in your life in the month of January 2019, but you are defending those kind of energies, and by holding on to the last beautiful wand that you want to preserve, and again, forgiving and forgetting what things are not working for you. Okay, trying to rest your mind as an obstacle. Please do that. Okay, that's how you will get the peace of mind. Or else, Aries, the main thing about you guys is you do everything, but in the end, if you do not get the peace of mind in yourself, the result will be totally zero. Okay, so defend what you have to defend. Take care to defend yourself also at the same time. But again, forgive and forget the things that's not going to have any importance in your life. Psychic waste product. Okay, remember that in the right way as an obstacle to let go of those energies, even if they come floating back to you in the month of January 2019. Okay, now your major accomplishment for this month is a beautiful card. I love this card. Okay, this is the Nine of Cups. This is your wish fulfillment. Okay, so the month of January, your major achievement or accomplishment will be that in some ways, again, professionally, personally, romantically, whatever applies to you, you will definitely be able to bring back some amount of happiness and wish fulfillment in your life in this period. Okay, and that is again by ignoring, by not by sorry that is again by not resisting to changes that's happening in your life. Don't resist your career change if it's happening. Okay, don't resist certain situations by putting a block over there, because whatever is happening, even if it's a career change for you, it's happening for your benefit. Right now it might seem a little bit dicey to you. You might not like all the things that's happening in your career. Okay, but at the end of the day, your career, your personal life, whatever changes are happening in the month of January, please don't resist, because if you resist that change, you won't be able to bring back that beautiful wish card in your life for the month of January. So take that as being on a hindsight, like I said before, will be beneficial for you. But at this point in time, take the right energy. Don't resist. Don't block off anything at this point in time, because again, universe is giving you the opportunity to bring back that beautiful wish card in your life in the month of January and even going forward. Okay. Now, Aries, what you have to avoid, okay? You definitely have to avoid looking back and forth, okay? Now, for example, if you make a career change, you you will make it with complete honesty. Okay, you do not want to go back and forth into why did I make this. In the other company I had a better deal, but in this company I'm not getting that kind of a deal, or the perks are less, or the bonuses are less, and whatever, could be in your personal life. I used to be living like that and now I'm living like this. So back and forth kind of an energy, guys, please avoid that, because right now believe and have trust in the universe that it's making you walk towards building you specifically. Okay, it's making all the changes in your life in the month of January. It's because the doors are opening for you to begin something new, because again, you are the Aries. This is the sign of the Aries. This lady is an Aries. Okay, fire sign, complete passionate about her work, totally loyal, dedicated, fiercely protective of those that she loves. Okay, spiritual at the same time. So embody your true self. Okay, don't avoid embodying other energies, but embody what you are in the real sense in this month, January, because universe is opening the door towards your success. So don't go back and forth and try to be tactful, try to be deceitful, which is not you. okay, in any way, materialistically, physically, personally, psychologically, in any way that this card can resonate with you, stop embodying energies that is not you. Okay, rather concentrate on things, on your firm foundation, because it's walking you towards the success area. Concentrate on the nine of pentacle energy in your higher self that you know you want. These are situations that's coming to you in a very at a very fast pace. It's walking into your life, not very swiftly, but the doors are opening for you to embody you as a person that you are. Aries. Please remember that that's who you are. And that's what the universe wants you to be, who you are in the month of January, and not somebody else that you want to be at this point in time. Okay. Now, what you need to embrace in the month of January, where do you find what kind of an energy? The kind of an energy that you need to embrace, guys, is you have to stop be a giver anymore to the situations, you have to nourish yourself now. This month of January is calling for your nourishment, your health, your career. It's all about you guys. Okay, so don't keep uh, don't keep giving things. Don't participate in situations that is not important to you at this point in time. Don't jump into other people's lives to cure or to resolve their situations. That's trivial for you, okay, at this point in time. So definitely embrace the energy of knowing and giving yourself more rather than giving things to the outside world at this point in time, and guard yourself again. See again here. Okay, you had this as an obstacle too, and you're having that as an energy that you need to adopt and embrace. Okay, guard yourself, rest yourself, forgive those things that is not working for you, forgive those peoples who have taken advantage of you and have created a issue of trust in your life or are envious of you. Okay, so guard against those bad energies by keeping yourself free and absolutely unpolluted during this period of time in the month of January 2019, guys. Okay, now where do you find support? What are the kind of things that you need to do in order to find support for this month of January? You definitely have to keep your spirits high, guys, because victory and joy is coming your way. Okay, so keep that energy in your life, keep that beautiful energy floating in your life. Don't succumb to the other energies to kill your good energies. So keep that spirit of victory and joy alive in your heart. Okay, and at this point in time, avoid being brutally honest and um, direct to the point, being brutal with your words, your actions, cutting through things too quickly, kind of a situation. Avoid that, please. Okay, you don't need that. And what you need is more of spiritual wisdom in yourself that's going to bring you your higher self in the rightful direction, okay? By concentrating on the right action, concentrating on the right words, concentrating on the right philosophies of life in the month of January 2019, by doing a little bit of soul searching again for yourself, guys, okay? You definitely, throughout the challenging month, that you won't have a dull moment, you definitely have to find the time to do your internal soul searching work as well. Okay, where you want to go back into your soul to remember the right things, to kind of give yourself a reminder that these are the areas of my life that needs more attention, that needs my focus. What should I do? How should I do those? The right wise wisdom, that's what I would like to say, should come back to you, and that's where you will find your strength and your firm foundation will be beautifully worked upon and will give you the maximum amount of strength and joy and happiness in the rightful way. Okay, so keep that in mind for the month of January 2019. And what does my spirit and my guide, my angel, have to tell you guys? Forgive and forget. Okay, don't believe in other things other than your own intuition and your own wisdom. Okay, learn to trust yourself more. Basically, learn to trust your own intuition more. That's going to give you the peace of mind. You definitely have to get the peace of mind back in yourself in the month of January for you to move forward, because you definitely will have a challenging month this year starting off, okay, in 2019. So try to sleep as much as you can, nourish your health, nourish yourself, nourish your own internal soul at the same time, and stop searching for options at this point in time, okay? Whatever is working out in your life, again, professionally, personally, financially, romantically, accept that as being beneficial to you in the long run. So keep that beautiful energy in yourself. Trust your inner wisdom, okay? Avoid the wrongful energies, but do your work in the right way. Do your work in the right way, okay? You know you're working a lot. You know, definitely have a very hard career life that's starting off in January. So complete your work, do your work in the rightful way, because you definitely are working hard, but at the same time, find time to nourish yourself, to get out of the anxiety or the stress that could be sometimes killing you when you are alone or you want some rest and those thoughts come floating. And even if they come floating into you, try to throw them away as psychic waste product and stop looking for options in different places. Okay, learn to trust yourself, guys. Learn to trust your inner wisdom at this point in time in the month of January 2019, because that's where your core foundation area going forward for the next 20 years of your life is going to start flowing in right now from the month of January 2019. As Goddess guidance, guys, you do have your intuitive self talking to you. Okay, they are asking you, my Goddess is asking you to listen to your heart. Okay, open your heart to look into yourself, like the hermit that you had in here in one of the areas. Do your soul searching. Okay, that's what my spirit is telling you. The God, my Goddess, is telling you the same thing. Okay, you have divine knowledge, and that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So you have to be a spiritual person yourself. You have to hear your intuition yourself before you can communicate and tell other people the same thing that you want to tell them. Because again, believe in your karma of your past life. So whatever things are working out for you right now in the year 2019, it's because of your karma that's also a part of your life that's coming into action from January 2019, which is bringing back things from the past in your life. Okay, so again, whatever you're getting, whatever you're not getting, whatever you will be getting going forward, it's all because of your karmic evolution that's happening or that started to happen in the year 2019, guys. Okay, from January onwards. Beautiful energies, nothing wrong with it, provided you know how you act is what you will get. Okay, how you do things, what your actions are, that will bring you back the beautiful joy and the victory in your life in the coming days. And you need to keep that in mind, guys, because that's a very important part of your Aries zodiac that's happening for the year 2019, right from January this year. Okay, so that's what it is with the Aries, guys. Have a wonderful time. Enjoy the rest of the month. and we'll catch up with you soon again. Bye for now.